You won't find it on a map because it isn't there anymore, but there was such a place known as Tootsie-Lavandre, which in French means feet of purple. Now, the reason it was called feet of purple is because all the people who lived there had purple feet. This was not an analogy, but was due to the fact that the entire countryside was covered with grapevines. And when you have that many grapevines, you have an abundance of grapes and grape stompers. Hence the name Tootsie-Lavandre. As the years went by, they produced not only all sorts of wines and grape juice, but a very tasty champagne. There was only one thing wrong with it. When you opened a bottle, the cork would not pop.
The champagne is no good. It is flat.
It wasn't flat. It just would not pop. The scientific minds of Tootsie-Lavandre immersed themselves in the problem and came up with all sorts of cures.
Here we have a bottle containing a dash of nitroglycerin. This will make a pop.
That didn't work too well. Then, one day...
Go away. We are busy.
Excuse me, gentlemen, but I believe I can help you.
Before a protest could be lodged, the stranger stuck a finger in his mouth and...
Sacre bleu! Do it again!
For 3 weeks, the popper popped to the delight and the amazement of the scientists. Well, the upshot of it all was this. When you purchased a bottle of Tootsie-Lavandre champagne, you also received the services of the popper.
Look, dear, I bought a bottle of champagne.
And who is that?
It comes with it. Ready, monsieur?
Anytime.
The man pulled the cork, the popper popped, and everyone was happy. This went on for a year, with the popper appearing all over the land, popping his way into the hearts of everyone. And then, one day, the evil prince who ruled Tootsie-Lavandre decided to give a party.
3,000 bottles of champagne?
Oui, and you must guarantee that they make with the pop.
And so, a little later...
Well, where do I appear today?
At the castle of the evil prince. You must pop 3,000 times, and without fail, or...
Easy, easy, shopkeeper. I shall do it easily.
Ah, but this was the wet season, and the popper was forced to fight his way to the castle through a blinding downpour. What's more, wet, cold rain can play odd tricks on a person, as you will soon see. The prince's party was a gay one. That is, until the time came to drink champagne.
All right, popper. Do your work, and do it well.
And never fear, your evilness.
The first bottle was brought out. The prince pulled out the cork, pointed to the popper. The popper went through his customary procedure, and no pop.
You try to make the fool of me.
I can't understand it. I'll try again.
Though he tried and tried, not a pop could he make. The party was a dismal failure.
Enough of this. Throw him in the dungeon.
The popper was dumped unceremoniously inside the castle's deepest, dankest, darkest dungeon.
Oh, well. Into each life, some rain must fall.
Who said that?
I believe it was the Mills brothers. Who are you?
There, in a corner, sat a bearded figure.
I am the prince of Tootsie-Lavandre.
Well, then who's the mean one upstairs?
An impostor who overpowered me and usurped my throne. Alas, if only I could get out of here.
I'd like to help you, but I have my own problems. The laryngitis of the popper.
Well, time wore on, and eventually the wet season moved on to San Francisco. The clear, dry air returned, and so did the popper's popper.
I did it. I got it back.
Oh, these nuts they put in here.
Ah, but the pops were to be the good prince's salvation. For the guards in the dungeon heard the sounds, believed them to be emanating from champagne bottles, and ran to the cell, glasses in hand.
Vive la Jackie!
By 3 that afternoon, every guard in the castle was in that cell. But the popper and the prince weren't. They had escaped completely unnoticed.
This way, mon ami. I have the score to settle.
Through a secret passageway they went, and where did it lead? To the great hall, where the evil prince was cheating at Scrabble.
Is that you, Pierre?
No, you rotten impostor. It is me.
You!
Revenge is sweet.
So is apple cider.
Back and forth they fought, neither giving an inch. And then the good one happened to trip.
Ah, the moment of truth.
The good prince would have had it not been for the popper. He popped.
Quick, someone give me a glass.
And that's when a fist knocked him real. Well, from that day forward, Tootsie-Lavandre was a much happier land. As for our friend the popper, he was made royal instructor. Every man in the kingdom went to school to learn how to make the popping noise. And it suddenly occurs to me that most of those men were married and were fathers. I wonder if that's how they got the name Pop.